Alright, so internet's not working, so I can't do any Twitch or YouTube streams, so I figured why not jump in and do some more Steins Gate. So we're gonna do that today. So I'm trying to remember last time, everything that happened. It's been a bit. I'm definitely gonna rewatch some of the episodes. The last thing that happened, it looks like, was there was going to be like either a party or a gathering at whatchamacallit, the Future Gabbert Laboratory, but I don't remember what it was about. I think it was just Mayuri giving her friends costumes or something. I forget. I don't know if it was at the actual Christmas party. Anyways, Okabe and Suzuha end up in the same location, and right now they're kind of fighting. Then we get a flashback to when, well, a flash forward, I guess, to when Suzuha traveled in time. Basically, Mayuri saves this little girl, I forget her name, but saves her and Suzuha, throwing them into the time machine. And they go back in time to, I forget which date exactly they get off at, but we'll find out. Alright, let's go. Oh, sorry about that, guys. There we go. So, Kagari. Aww. The interior of the time machine smelled like metal and was covered in instruments of different sizes. The girl inside was sobbing. Aww. It had been almost an hour since Suzuha had left to go look around. She'd assumed that Kagari would have stopped crying by then, but she'd had no such luck. How long are you gonna keep crying? You need to keep it together. Think about how big Sis Mayu felt. Kagari Shina looked up at Suzuha, her face wet with tears.
Mama.
Mommy? So don't cry. It's annoying. But... Suzuha walked over to Kagari and knelt down so they'd be at eye level. She had no intention of spoiling her. Her goal was to save billions of lives, and this was her first mission. He's Listen, from now on, I'm treating you as a member of Valkyrie. You work for me, and you're not a civilian.
ここは1975年だ。知ってる人間は誰もいない。父さんもマユ姉さんも出生してない。つまり、誰も守ってくれないんだ。
This is the year 1975. There we go. That's the year. Nobody we know is alive here. Dad and Big Sis Mayo haven't even been born yet. In other words, there's no one here to protect us.
自分の身を守るのは自分だけだと思え。いいな。
The only one who can protect you is yourself. You got it? Kagari was a brave girl, and she finally realized that now wasn't the time for tears. She tried to stop crying. It wasn't working well, but it was a lot better for her emotions than sobbing. She was a smart girl, Suzuha knew that.
あまり時間がない。この時代の人間にタイムマシンが見つかったら大騒ぎだ。
There's not a lot of time. If someone from this era finds the time machine, It'll cause a big commotion. The machine had landed on the roof of the Radio Kaikan, which wasn't a spot that people visited very often. The chances of anyone finding it were slim. But in this era, they had no one to help them conceal it. That meant they couldn't stay for long. They needed to finish her mission quickly and move to the next time period. If something goes wrong, can't we just use the time machine to come back?
燃料の問題があるんだ。ジャンプできる回数は無限じゃない。肝心の場面で動作しなかったら話にならない。
If there's not enough fuel, we can't jump an infinite number of times. If it won't work when it really counts, then this is all for nothing.
そうなんだ。
I see.
立てるか?
Can you stand up? Suzuha stepped out of the machine and beckoned to Kagari. Yeah, she really does look a lot like Kurisu, obviously, with the red hair. So, I don't know what's going on with her. Is she a machine? I don't know. Kagari looked surprised. Her eyes were narrowed at the bright sunlight. The sky above Tokyo in this time period was too dirty to be called blue. Smoke and dust clouds filled with who knows what were rising from the rows of smokestacks. It all combined with black exhaust from the cars that scurried along the ground to create a smog so thick you could literally see it. The sky above the city was covered by a veil of death. But still, it was the first clear sky that Kagari had ever seen. She had only ever known from books and videos that the sky could be this bright. The nuclear weapons used during the Third World War had changed the weather over Tokyo, and their sky was constantly covered in dull gray clouds. The sun's light was weak when it shone through them, and it was never this bright.
私が子供の頃はまだこんな感じの空だった。少しだけど覚えてるよ。
When I was a kid, the sky was still like this. I don't remember much, but I remember a little. Suzuha looked up at the sky too.
空気がおいしい。
The air is so clean. In 2036, you needed a filter and a mask to go outside for any length of time. Compared to that, 1975 was a lot cleaner.
わかるだろ、かがり。父さんたちがどうして世界線の改変に全てをかけていたのか。
Now you understand why everyone was willing to risk it all to change the world line, don't you, Kagari?
世界線がどうとか、歴史がどうとか、そんな理屈は後でいい。今はただこの空の色を守りたいと思えば。
The world lines, history, you can worry about all that stuff later. For now, just focus on protecting the sky. Kagari slipped her hand into her pocket and took out the faded green Upa keychain. She stared at it with a sad look on her face. She was probably thinking about Mayuri, her mother. And she was probably trying to understand what it meant that her mother had put her inside the time machine. Suzuha decided that Kagari was alright now and closed the hatch on the time machine from the outside. The lock flipped on automatically. The only person who could open it now was Suzuha, whose biometrics had been loaded into the system ahead of time. Even if someone did find the machine, it'd be a while before they found out what it was.
Kagari, これを見ろ。
Kagari, look at this. Oh. Suzuha handed her a printout of a photo.
これ何？
What is this? And we know it's the IBM 5100.
IBN5100 っていうレトロ PC だ。
A retro PC called the IBM 5100. It was a major plot device in Steins Gate. Let's see what the tips say. The IBM 5100, fictional. IBM's first portable computer, which went on sale in 1975. The design includes an integrated monitor and keyboard. And while it is described as portable, it weighs almost 25 kilograms. In the 2000s, John Titor revealed that there was a special computer language that could only be used on the devices of this time, which was not described in the manual. IBM's developers would later admit that he was correct, which meant he was likely a member of the people that worked on the computer. A retro PC called the IBM 5100.
私たちの時代に存在していたものはどれも満足に動かない。けど、この時代なら感動品が入手できる。
None of the ones in our time period still worked, but here, we should be able to find a working one.
これを手分けして探すのが私とお前の最初のミッションだ。
My first mission, and yours, is to split up and find that IBM 5100. Alright.
連絡はこれで。
We can communicate with this. She handed Kagari a small transceiver.
通信できる距離はかなり短いらしいから気休め程度だと思え。
I was told it doesn't have a very long range, so don't expect too much from the transceiver.
オーキードーキー。
Okie dokie.
90分ごとにこのビルの前に集合。状況を確認。それを繰り返す。いいな。
I know what I'm calling this episode. We'll meet in front of this building every 90 minutes for a status report. You got it?
オーキードーキー。
Okie dokie.
いい返事だ。
Good answer. Suzuha nodded and patted Kagari on the head.
よし、ミッション開始。
Okie dokie. Let's get started. Suzuha was on top of the radio Kaikan in 2010 looking down.
35年か。
35 years, huh? That's how long it had been in real time since she'd spoken to Kagari here. From her perspective, it had only been a few months. The view from up here had changed a lot since then, and in the next 26 years it had changed even more. She'd seen for herself how this building had changed over a span of 61 years. The thought didn't make her feel sentimental. Instead, she felt the loneliness and the fear that comes from having a past not shared with anyone else. Using the time machine to change the world line means breaking the rules of the universe. Rintaro Okabe's words flashed through her mind. Still, lately she'd been thinking more about Kagari. She'd been searching the city at regular intervals. She was looking for Kagari Shina. She didn't even know if she was in Tokyo. She had no clues. She didn't even know what Kagari looked like now. So maybe it was a waste of time. Even so, she had to find Kagari. But she hadn't had any better luck today. She turned around and looked toward the time machine. She'd come here every day. Her primary reason for coming was to see if her father, Itaru Hashida, had been here. Anytime she let her guard down, she'd come to try and examine it. She told him it would cause a time paradox, but he didn't listen. She needed to keep constant watch. To be honest, she had a lot of things she had to do. and then she heard the metal door to the roof open. Was it her dad? She squinted in the darkness, but the person she saw was much smaller than Ichiru, and had cat ears coming out of their head. Ferris? Nya nya. Meow. There you are. Suzu, good evening.
なんだ、ルミ姉さんか。
Oh, it's you, Big Sis Rumi. Ferris Nyan Nyan had a spring in her step as she approached Suzuha.
ルミ姉さんって誰のことかにゃ？フェイリスはフェイリスにゃ。
Who's Rumi? I'm Ferris Nya.
ルミ姉さんはルミ姉さんだよ。
Your Big Sis Rumi. Ferris's real name was Rumi Hoakia. She was Daru's friend and had helped them in many different ways in 2036. Suzuha had known her ever since she was very young and had always called her Big Sis Rumi. For whatever reason, in this era, she always wanted to be called Ferris Nyan though. When Suzuha asked why, she simply responded, Ferris is Ferris Nyan, an answer which meant nothing to Suzuha.
ラボに誰もいなかったから、こっちかなと思ったら正解だったにゃ。はい、差し入れ。余り物で悪いんやけど。
Nobody was in the lab, so I thought you might be here. Ah, yes, I was right. Here, I brought you a snack. It's leftovers, though, Nyan. Ferris showed her a cake box with the logo from the maid cafe where she worked, May Queen Nyan Nyan.
父さんがラボに不在でよかったよ。
I'm glad Dad wasn't at the lab. If he ate something like that at this hour, he'd get even fatter.
ダルニャンじゃなくて、スズニャンへの差し入れにゃ。
It's not for Daru, Nyan. It's for you.
私に？なんで？
For me? Why?
にゃふふ。好きなくせに。
You know you love it. Ferris grinned and nudged Suzuha in the side with her elbow.
私は別に。
I don't love it.
アップルタルトにモンブラン。あと、イチゴのショートケーキもあるにゃ。
There's an apple tart, a Mont Blanc, yeah, and a piece of strawberry shortcake, too.
うん。
uh,
ほら、美味しそうだにゃ。
See, doesn't look so good, yeah. Ferris opened up the box and showed her what was inside. Suzuha could smell the sweet cream and fruit.
うん。
Aww.
さあ、今すぐ美味しく食べるといいにゃ。心置きなく食べるといいにゃ。
Come on, eat up. Don't worry about a thing, yeah.
ほら、あんして。その可愛いお口に食べさせてあげるにゃ。
Open wide. I'll feed it right into your cute little meow.
冷蔵庫にしまって明日食べる。
I'll put it in the fridge for tomorrow.
すずにゃんはストイックにゃ。
You're such a stoic, Suzanne. Ferris laughed and handed over the box.
賞味期限は明日だから明日中に食べなきゃダメにゃぞ。
Those expire tomorrow, so make sure you eat up before they do, nya.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
どういたしまして。
You're welcome. Oh, she's looking behind her. Ferris gave her a mischievous wink and looked up at the time machine beside them. Oh, she's looking at the time machine.
ダルニャンのタイムマシン研究の方はどうかにゃ。
How's Darunyan's time machine research going?
頑張ってはいるみたい。
He's working hard, I guess.
ルミ姉さん、このマシンまだここに置いておいても？
Big Sis Rumi, is it really okay to leave this machine here? Suzuha looked around the roof as she asked. It was solely thanks to Ferris that no one had really noticed the massive object on the roof. She was the heir to a rich family that had a lot of influence in this area and had contributed a lot to the development of Akihabara. She was helping to hide the time machine.
このフロアというか屋上はフェイリスが借り上げちゃったから平気にゃ
Yeah, I've rented out this whole floor, or roof. I guess it's fine, yeah.
オーナーさんには体感ゲームの研究をしてるって言ってあるにゃちょっと苦しいわけにゃけど
I told the owner we're developing a VR game. It's not the best excuse in the world, but it works, yeah.
助かるよ
It's a huge help.
気にしないでいいにゃこの世界のエレメンタルを売薬兵たちの魔の手から救うためならフェイリスはいつでも協力するにゃ
Kinishinai. Don't worry about it. I'm ready to help you save the world's elementals from the Byakuya. Yeah? Alright, let's just check. Byakuya? Winged interstellar creatures that appear in the Cthulhu mythos. They were created by August Derleth, co-creator of the Cthulhu mythos, along with H.P. Lovecraft, and appear in such stories as The House on Kerwin Street. They are described as being chimera-like creatures around 3 meters tall, with the wings of a pterosaur, the legs of an eagle, and a tail like a bee's. Despite their terrifying appearance, they understand human speech, and if they feel it's in their best interest, they can even work together with humans. In space, they usually travel at around 1/10 of the light speed, but an organ called the hune in their tail allows them to fly faster than the speed of light. The Byakuya are supposedly servants of Haster, the god of shepherds, a creation of Ambrose Bierce, author of the famous Till's Dictionary. Yeah, that's a load. I'm gonna have to re-listen to me saying all that. What's the 4 elementals? The 4 spirits who control the element of earth, water, and air. Earth, water, fire, and air. Their existence was first proposed by the Swiss alchemist Paracelsus in his book, The Book of Fairies. He described them as beings not dead, like ghosts, but not alive, like humans, and as being supernatural creatures, or spiritual creatures, of an extremely nebulous nature. Paracelsus struggled to explain exactly what they were, and in the end decided to classify them as things. He divided them as follows. The element of earth is controlled by the pygmies of the mountains, or the gnomes. The element of water is controlled by the nymphs of the water, or the undine. The element of fire is controlled by the salamanders of the fire, or the Vulcans. The element of air is controlled by the sylphs of the wind, or the Sylvestres. Paracelsus' theory had a huge effect on alchemists and authors, both of his own and his later generations, who filled in the gaps of his work in the fantasy genre in particular. Elements have become a mainstay. Yeah, so a lot of those nymphs and fairies and gnomes and undine. Undine is in Secret of Mana. All that stuff is fantasy based. Okay. So don't worry about it, yeah. I'm always ready to help you save the world's elementals from the Byakuya, yeah.
So.
Right.
昔からいや今からしたら未来か思ってたんだけどさルミ姉さんの話って時々すごく難しくなるんだよね一体何語
Since many years ago, well, I guess many years in the future, I've been wondering, but sometimes what you say, Ferris, is really hard to understand. What language is that?
考えるんじゃない感じるのにゃ
Don't think, nya. Feel.
いいやいいや
Come on.
寒いにゃフェイリスはお家に帰ろうかにゃ
Oh, it's so cold. I think I'm going home, yeah. Aw, poor Ferris, don't go. In the end, she never could get an answer. To Suzuha, Ferris was always a great mystery.
送っていくよ一緒に出よ
I'll walk you home. Let's go together.
にゃそれじゃあついでにうちでご飯も食べてくといいにゃ
Yeah. And you can have dinner at my place, too.
そういうつもりで言ったわけじゃないんだけど。
That, wasn't what I meant.
どうせ普段大したもの食べてないにゃ。
You never eat any real food, do you? Mia?
スズニャンのストイックさを見てると、フェイリスがなんとかしてあげにゃきゃーって思っちゃうにゃ。
Whenever I see how stoic you are, I always feel like I have to do something, yeah?
保護欲母性とにかくそういうのがかきたてられるのにゃ。
Like a protective or motherly feeling. It stirs something like that within me, yeah?
私は大丈夫だから。
I'm just fine. Before she finished her sentence, she felt someone looking at her. She glanced around.
にゃ、どうしたのにゃ。
Yeah, what is it, yeah? Oh. She listened carefully. She definitely heard a very faint sound from the direction of the metal door that led to the stairs. It was small enough that Suzuha was only able to notice it because of her training.
誰か。
Someone's there.
にゃにゃ。多分話を聞かれた。
They probably heard us. Most of the discussion was worthless, but they talked about the time machine a little. If someone heard that. Suzuha yanked out the gun out of her jacket, and in an instant ran toward the stairs as fast as she could. She heard someone running down the stairs as soon as she did. The sound, heavy military boots and a wide stride, got farther and farther away.
早い。
They're fast. She opened up the door and jumped onto the landing. Then she raced down the stairs, skipping 3 steps with every stride. But still, it wasn't fast enough. Suzuha was born fast, and she'd been trained to be the faster, but it wasn't enough. When she finally made it to the 2nd floor, she could hear the loud revving of a motorcycle. Uh-oh. Oh no! She panicked and slipped on an object that had been left halfway up the stairs, then rolled her way to the bottom. She managed to get into the right position and protect her head, so it was her hips that struck the ground. Ugh. She forced herself to stand up and run. She ran outside. She could see the taillights of a large motorcycle speeding away. The driver was wearing a black helmet and a riding suit, and already a good distance away. She couldn't even tell if they were a man or a woman. They revved their engine loudly as if to mock her, and they spun a corner and disappeared onto Center Street. Suzunya! A little later, Ferris caught up.
大丈夫かにゃ。
Are you okay, Nya?
逃げられた。
They got away.
それしまった方がいいにゃ。
You should put that away, Nya. She put the gun in her hands back in her holster, and brushed away her hair, hair that sweat had stuck to her brow.
今の誰にゃ。
Who was that, Nya?
わからない。けど一般人じゃない。訓練されてると思う。
I don't know, but they weren't a civilian. They'd been trained.
訓練？
Trained?
階段に何か落ちてなかった？
Was there anything on the stairs?
バッグが転がってたにゃ。
A bag, Nya?
ちょうど死角になる位置だった。多分わざと落としたんだよ。しかも私がそこを通るタイミングでエンジンを空ぶかしした。
It was right where I couldn't see it. They probably dropped it deliberately, and they revved their engine right when I was coming by it.
見事に引っかかったよ。
I fell right for it.
トラップってことかにゃ。
You mean it was a trap, Nya?
ああいうことがとっさにできるっていうのは特殊な訓練を受けてるからだ。じゃなきゃ無理。
Only someone with special training could do that on a moment's notice. No one else could. Suzuha glared in the direction the bike disappeared and started to think. Who was it? CERN? There was an unofficial CERN group, the Rounders, that were searching for IBM 5100s in Akihabara. Rintaro Okabe had told her that. But she'd only encountered them in another world line.
誰かはわからないけど、私たちの他にタイムマシンのことを知ってる奴がいるのは間違いない。
I don't know who it is, but it's clear that someone other than us knows about the time machine. Was it Kiryu? Molika? Was it that they knew about it, but they weren't going to do anything more? Or did they intend to steal the time machine from her? Since she didn't know, she had to assume the worst, or she wouldn't be prepared to deal with that. She looked up at the sky and sighed. It was becoming a bad habit.
ねえ、ルミ姉さん。このことはオカリンおじさんには内密にしておいて。
Hey, Big Sis Rumi. Don't tell Uncle Green and the others, okay?
なんで？
Yeah, why?
今のオカリンおじさんが知ったらタイムマシンを破壊しろって言いかねない。危険だからって。でしょ？
If Uncle Green knew about it, he might say it was too dangerous, and that we had to destroy the time machine, you know?
そうにゃけど。
Yeah, it's true, but...
私は絶対にマシンを守るよ。シュタインズゲートの入り口へオカリンおじさんを連れて行かなきゃいけないんだから。
I'm gonna protect that time machine, no matter what. I need to take Uncle Green to the entrance to Steins Gate.
それが未来の父さんとの、私をここに送り出してくれた人たちみんなとの約束だからさ。
That was the promise I made to my dad, and to all the people who sent me here.
スズニャ。
Suzunya.
わかったにゃ。その代わりダルニャにだけはちゃんと話しておくこと。
Alright, Nya. In exchange, just make sure you tell Darunya.
オキドキ。
Okie dokie. The last part was almost a whisper as her words melted into the Akihabara sky. Oh, yes. I knew I should have saved right there. Okay. Saving and quitting out for now. So, it was pretty much just a little bit of Suzuha, I don't know, background with Kagati, and a little bit of wistfulness, and then we find out, oh, somebody else is interested in the time machine, which is not really that big a surprise, but I'm curious who it is. Is it Kiryu Mooka, or is it a new character? That'll be interesting to see. Yeah, so we'll see where this goes. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time. I hope. Bye.